Hello children, now we are going to see about the new topic chapter 6 about disease. So what is diseases? So sometimes when you are not feeling well, you can visit a doctor. The doctor may prescribe some medicines and ask you to take rest. Any illness which causes disorder in your body and makes you feel sick is called a disease. When a person is not fit physically or mentally, we can say he or she is suffering from a disease. Now we can see about the causes of disease. There are several causes of diseases. Some diseases are caused due to the deficiency of certain essential nutrients in our body, while some are caused due to germs or harmful microorganisms, and some are caused due to improper functioning of the body organs. So there are some of the causes of diseases are microorganisms, lack of nutrition and improper functioning of body organs. We can see about microorganisms. So what are microorganisms? Micro means small and organisms are living things. So microorganisms are very small living things that cannot be seen with naked eye. They can be seen only under a microscope. Microorganisms can be found in the soil, water, air, food, waste, etc. So there are different types of microorganisms or bacteria, viruses and protozoa. So bacteria, it is one type of microorganism and it can cause diseases like tuberculosis, cholera, typhoid and tetanus. And viruses, it can be caused by diseases like common cold, mumps, chickenpox, polio and these and all. And protozoa can cause diseases like malaria and sleeping sickness. So what is next one is lack of nutrition. So we know that our body requires 5 essential nutrients. They are vitamins, minerals, fat, proteins and carbohydrates. And these nutrients can help us in growth and maintenance of our health. And they can also provide energy and help in smooth functioning of our body. So whenever the level of any of the nutrition decreases in our body, we might suffer from its deficiency. Deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause diseases or disorder in our body. So deficiency diseases means that diseases that occurs due to lack of nutrition over a long period. Gout is one type of disease. It is caused due to the deficiency of iodine in our body. Many other diseases are similar, caused to the deficiency of minerals. Now let us look at the diseases caused by the deficiency of some of the vitamins and minerals in our body. Vitamin A, diseases like night blindness, symptoms you cannot see at night. Vitamin B1, beriberi, you suffer from nerve disorder. Vitamin C, scurvy, that is bleeding in the gums, breaking down of teeth and swelling in the joints. Vitamin D, rickets, results in bone and joint deformities. Iodine, gout due to large enlargement of thyroid, neck gets swollen. Iron, anemia, you look pale and get tired easily. Calcium and phosphorus, weak bones and teeth. Weak bones, teeth formation not proper. So to avoid the deficiency of above mentioned vitamins and minerals, we should know the sources of various vitamins and minerals. Here there are vitamins and minerals and its sources. Vitamin A, that is, it is rich in milk, carrot, cheese, tomato. Vitamin B1, milk, eggs. Vitamin C, orange, lemon. Vitamin D, milk, fish liver oil, yellow yolk of egg. Calcium, flour, cheese, milk, iron, meat, fruits, egg, green vegetables, iodine, sea fish, iodized salt and phosphorus, milk, cheese, eggs, meat and potato. So malnutrition, it is also one type of condition that includes both undernutrition and overnutrition. So what is undernutrition and overnutrition? The condition in which we take less quantity of nutrition in our diet is known as undernutrition. And overnutrition means the condition in which we eat more food than required is known as overnutrition. So next one is improper functioning of body organs. When we become old, our body becomes weak. Is it right? No. So as a result, our organs do not work properly and it can lead to eye disorder. So as a result, our organs do not work properly and it leads to eye disorder, heart problem and various other diseases. For example, heart attack, cataract are caused due to the improper functioning of heart, joints and eyes respectively. Next one is types of diseases. There are mainly two types of diseases, communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. So what is communicable diseases? Communicable diseases means that are capable of being passed from one person to another, such as cold and flu or communicable diseases. Nowadays we can see corona is also known as one type of communicable diseases. No, it can be spread in by coming in contact with a person already suffering from such diseases or through use of towels, handkerchief, etc. used by a sick person. These diseases are caused by microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, protozoa, etc. So communicable diseases are also called as contagious or infectious diseases. And next one is non-communicable diseases. So diseases that cannot spread from one person to another person, such as heart attack, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, etc. And these are called non-communicable diseases and it can be caused due to the deficiency of nutrition or malfunctioning of the body organs. Next one is means of spread of diseases. And the diseases caused by microorganisms are carried or spread by means of air, water or by some other animals or creatures. So means of spread of air, water, sexual contact and other animals. So what are the examples of this? One is common cold, cholera, AIDS, malaria and chikungunya. The most common example of diseases carrying creatures or animals are mosquitoes, which carry the protozoa causing malaria. So mostly the female mosquito carries the protozoa in its salivary gland and when it bites a human being, it injects the protozoa into his or her blood, thus causing malaria. Some of the common symptoms are high fever along with severe headache. Mosquitoes also spread the virus of dengue and chikungunya. Similarly, a fly known as a tick-tick fly is also known as to transmit a protozoa which causes sleeping sickness in humans. So, what are the prevention in communicable diseases in humans? A number of communicable diseases spreading nowadays just because of our unhealthy diet, habits and its surroundings. By improving our living conditions and lifestyle, several communicable diseases can thus be prevented. Some of the preventive measures are as maintain our good health and hygiene and drink boiled or filtered water. Do not let water to stand or prevent breeding of mosquitoes and avoid coming in contact with a person suffering from their communicable diseases. So, here we have seen about lot of microorganisms. So not all microorganisms are harmful. Some of the harmful microorganisms are called germs and some microorganisms are harmless while some other are useful. For example, bacteria like lactobacillus helps in settling of curd. Some other microorganisms are used in the production of medicines. For example, pickle, cheese, curd and vinegar. Next one is natural defense of the body. Our body has a natural defense system to protect us from diseases. Let us look at some of them. That is, our fine hair are present inside our nose. The inner lining of the nose gives a sticky substance called mucus. The hair and the mucus prevent harmful microorganisms from entering our nose And second one is sweat. Sweat from our body kills the harmful microorganisms, and tears also helps to wash away the harmful microorganisms inside our body. And stomach also produces the one type of acid. The acid name is called hydrochloric acid, which kills the harmful microorganisms inside our stomach. So white blood cells also helps us to fight the disease causing microorganisms. Next one is vaccination. Vaccine is a dose of weakened germs of a disease which is introduced into the body of a healthy person to build up his resistance towards that disease. The process of giving a vaccine is called vaccination. And vaccine are given to children so that they are not infected by diseases like diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, polio, tuberculosis, etc. So vaccination in children starts from the time of their birth. The children vaccinated against these diseases on time are usually protected for their whole life. Different vaccinations are available for different diseases. Vaccination is founded by the Edward Jenner in 1976. Edward Jenner was the discoverer of the principle of vaccination. So, thank you children.